Alright, so like I said, our first box will be this VulnHub OSCP prep box. I'll throw the link in chat again if you're just joining. It's supposed to be fairly easy, but I haven't looked up anything for it other than that. So, hopefully, this is a lie. And we actually have a network connection. We do, so it is that .221 box. So let's grab the output and start port scanning it. And I actually have all of my console output being logged now, thanks again to... what? There we go. Okay. Now let's port scan it. All my console output is being logged thanks to a quick command from Conscious Hacker Lopi. Definitely makes life easier in case I forget the copy and pasting, but during it copy and pasting, make sure I don't forget. So let's see what's listening on this box. Alright. 22 and 80, fairly standard for a lot of these boxes. Looks like it's, unfortunately, WordPress. A lot of these machines we've run across have been WordPress, but hopefully it really hammers home how the enumeration looks and works. It's a fairly common initial vector for a lot of CTF or OSCP-like boxes. Not super common in the real world, but I mean, you will see them. Alright, let's get burp open. Where'd it go? Yep, I know. Yeah, they are pretty difficult. I barely know how they work. No, we're not updating. Look at that fancy founder badge. There's still some left if you guys don't have one. I also love the username DadStrife. That's a fun one. Alright, make this window a little smaller so we can see around it. It will lag because it's Java. Alright, so let's see what's listening on this box. It's more than likely WordPress site, and we're going to have to go from there. So, OSCP voucher, just another WordPress site. Grab a quick screenshot. So we need to obtain a root flag located in root, and then we can validate the flag. I mean, there's still a pack strife, but Dad life is taking over for sure. Hopefully things calm down soon. I can actually see everyone, including the reason for the dad strife. Okay, so there's some Discord or Slack channel where we can give away and stuff like that, but for now, yeah, it's for future, it doesn't matter. That's pretty cool. So they gave away a free voucher for anyone who solved this box whenever it was, I guess, more active. That said, we're doing it later. We're just here to learn and break into it. So let's see what authors we can enumerate. Oh, we did that wrong. Oh no, we did it right. Alright, so there is an admin author. Looks like there may only be one author account. Yep. So we will start to try and brute force or password spray that admin account. We've had a little bit of success with that, but not a ton. Let me find my command to make my life easier. And we will also kick off a quick CMS map. See if it can enumerate anything. What is this song? We're skipping it. This free music, sometimes wild stuff. We're not going to update our CMS map. And we will grab our Hydra command, try and point it at this box, see if we can't find anything in admin. So we'll make a file called users.txt. And this will just have admin, so it will guess the admin username with all of the potential passwords we have in our word list. I'm hoping that network thing is lying to me. So users.txt is our username list, only admin so far. We're going to use the Rocky word list, which is that list of, I said, 14 million possible passwords. This is our target, and this is what a WordPress login looks like. So hopefully we can guess a password for that account and just get right in. I feel like there aren't 16 valid passwords. I'm guessing the network connection dropped again. I don't know what networking is doing now. Let's try it again just to see what it's doing. Princess could be the password. It could have just finished too quickly almost. Unfortunately, it's coming back with 16 valid passwords. We can try all 16 of those, see if one of them is valid, and Hydra's just erroring out on something weird. So let's see if we just get a link to WordPress now. So we know that it's... The WordPress login page could have also been moved. We should have checked that. Okay, so it was not. So this is possibly an older version of WordPress, so we can check for username enumeration. Not that relevant for this, but see, we try bad user 123 and any password. It should return something like unknown username. Yep. So this would be a finding in a real engagement. Not something we need at the moment, but we could use this to further figure out some other usernames. So let's try the 16 passwords it thinks it found. So rock you. Did not work. 1 through... We'll just copy and paste them so I don't mess up. Incorrect. Incorrect. So I think something is erroring out elsewhere because those are the first 16 passwords that it tries. Let's take a look at our burp, make sure we're sending the right request. We should be, assuming it's not a weird version. Yep. Not sure if the network is dropping. Let's also grab the output of CMS map and look through here. It hasn't been that great at finding vulnerabilities for us. I think something is broken with my database, but the enumeration should help us and we can manually look for some vulnerabilities. So let's see what we've got here. There's a robots.txt we can look at just to see if there's anything interesting. So there is a secret.txt, so that's kind of interesting. Let's check there before we keep banging on the WordPress site. Okay. So this looks like some sort of base64 encoded string. So let's decode this and see if there's anything interesting. And then we can always come back to our other enumeration. So I like Burp's decoder because it's built in and we're already using it. Alright, well that's an OpenSSH private key, so that's kind of handy. Let's grab that. Maybe we can just SSH into the box. Unfortunately, we don't have any usernames yet. Unless this works for root, that would be very disappointing. So anything else that was enumerated over here? Not a lot of plugins installed. Ignore any of these, like it doesn't actually have this plugin probably and so on. So let's make the SSH key file. I don't know if we need to fix these line endings or not. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure if this file will or will not work with these janky line endings, but we will try to fix it. So let's try it. And we'll try it as root for now, just in case it works. And it is 221, correct? Yep, just in case it works. Okay, so as expected, it did not work for a root user. We're likely going to have to enumerate another user account on the box and SSH as that user. So let's go back to the home page, see if there's any more indication of other users. We can also kick off a derby against this host just to see if there's any other hidden pages or something. I'm also going to clean up that base64 string, see if I can't make sure that wasn't the issue. I'm guessing it won't work for root, but now we get some Mega Man-like music. Let's go. There we go. I don't know what this networking issue is. Also, I think copy and paste may have broken again. Well, now it's unidirectional. Okay, I think it's just too long for the clipboard or something. That's fine, we'll do it a little bit at a time. I don't know why there is a clipboard limit, but alright, that works. We could probably be doing this much easier. I need to do that if this doesn't work. Alright. We're done messing with that. Let's do it correctly. So first of all, let's see if we found anything interesting here. Admin content, fairly standard WordPress stuff. jQuery. That WordPress admin I don't think should be open anymore, but let's take a quick look at that just to see. And what we will do is download the secret.txt, remove any new lines, decode it. There we go. That's a much better way to do it. Actually have the proper output instead of worrying about weirdness. And we'll use the new key just to try it with root again. I don't think the new line's broke anything. Yep, okay. So as expected, we can't just SSH as root with that key. That's fine. Next up, let's take a quick look at the WordPress admin. Some of those directories looked a little different, but I just want to make sure. Okay, they're all redirects. It looks like they are all 302s. Let's take a quick look at the plugins. Oh, that's not the directory. Was the directory open? Yes. Oh, nope, no directory listing. And let's go back to this, try and see if we can get the Hydra to work to make our password spraying for the admin account a little easier. Why is Hydra failing so horribly? We have Burp Intruder, but this is the free version, so it's very slow. So I'd rather use Hydra if at all possible. So what is Hydra doing to us, and why is it doing it to us? Well, 192.168, 5.221, WordPress login.php. Why? All right, actually, where's our Firefox? Let's see why Hydra might do this. Stack Overflow, help us out here. So it should be getting the correct error pages. It's hitting /WordPress login.php. The syntax is correct for Hydra. What else might it be doing? Send another request just to make sure. Log equals admin passwords test, WordPress submit equals login. Do we have our WordPress cookie check maybe? You know what? I'm guessing it may not use test cookie. We may need to use that may be a slightly different cookie to mess with us. If so, that's a really cool trick. So, nope, that was not our issue. That is quite annoying, but pretty smart. Oh, and we still need test cookie equals 1. So that's what I need. I need the h equals cookie. So let's send that cookie just in case it is requiring it from us. So to set a header with Hydra, you need that. I haven't. I actually just recently finally got some more comics. I haven't read anything since like the Long Halloween book and the other two I borrowed from you. But I got some Murder Batman one that looks really cool, Metal Knight or Metal Dark Knight, and I also picked up Night of the Living Deadpool, so it should be cool. So let's set that header, see if it requires that. I haven't read them yet, but I have them now. Alright, now it's actually successfully guessing password, it looks like, so hopefully we can get some authentication as that admin user. So that test cookie is being required of us, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it looks really cool. And any universe where Batman decides he has to kill everyone to get powers seems pretty cool. Alright, so if we can't guess the admin user, we're going to need another way into this blog. We'll keep that open for now. So there is one comment on this page. Nothing interesting here. And I believe we only got one author, although someone could have obviously... Also, let's look at the JSON to make our life easier. I always forget the URL. This is what we want right here. This will make our life much... Strupa was here, he would remember the URL I need to hit. I know there's another JSON URL we can hit. Maybe it's in our history. We probably figured it though. No, that's the same one we used for the other box. Okay. So it may not actually exist on this box, unfortunately. Would have made our lives much easier. This will output all of the users. I'm guessing admin is the only one, since we haven't been able to guess any other ones. So hopefully we can just guess the admin password and start from there. What version of OpenSSH was running? So it is an older... No, it's a fairly new version of OpenSSH. I don't think there's username enumeration. Anything interesting for us here? No. Oops. There we go. So that is still running. Any other plugins that looked interesting? Nothing pre-authentication as far as I can tell. Vulnerable, and it is running WordPress 5.4.2. At least I believe it was 5.4.2. Yeah. Yeah, not been any RCE in WordPress in a long time. I'm guessing our first foothold will be that admin user. We can try and SSH as admin too, if admin is a user on this box. Let me close this. That's why I stopped talking. Okay. So, no admin user either. We can try some SSH username enumeration. See if we can at least get a common username. Apparently there's perp in this guy's cup. Alright. Let's see if we can at least enumerate some users. Oops. Alright, what username wordless do we have by default? Unix users, that's going to be just super default users, but we'll throw it just in case. Why? Alright, you're obviously not working with this scan type. Cancel. Let's try a timing attack, see if that works. Okay. I don't know if this will return any successes, but it's at least not returning positives. No luck on admin yet. Alright, nothing there. Let's see. So, having an SSH user would make life much easier. Were there any hints here that I just did not read when I rolled through it? Oh, there is a user on the box called OSCP. We probably should have paid attention to that. That's my bad. I'm guessing that SSH key will get us right in, and we could have saved some of these silly little headaches. Alright, so we're not going to need that Hydra command either. As expected, Hydra does not get it done. Alright. So this will get us in as the OSCP user. Alright, that made life much easier. Now let's escalate. So tonight's first lesson is always read the directions. Someone might give you a hint, and if you ignore it, alright, so IP is owned by root, readable and executable by everyone. Not sure how relevant that is, but it's good to know. So it puts our IP address in issue. Our history is empty. We do have sudo privs, so let's see what those are. Oh, we don't know our password though. So let's see what first of all, let's look for SUID binaries on the box, see if there's anything interesting. Usually a common vector for privilege escalation, especially on purposely vulnerable boxes. So let's find the command I want. Look for some SUID binaries, see if we can get in through one of those. Just grabbing my notes. And there is a lot to look through. Wait, what? Is that a bash? I hope that's not expected. Okay. So bash is SUID root, so is it not? Oh, we have to use the right. So when you're executing commands like this, you may need to use the -p flag to keep privileges, but yeah, we're root already. I don't know if that was the intended way. That was a little too easy. So there's our flag. We rooted this box already. Super easy. I wonder if that IP file was actually supposed to be used for real escalation. Let's just take a quick look at everything else. So, nothing that interesting in the MySQL. We could also grab the WordPress password if we wanted and crack that. Not really necessary. Bash history just clears the OSCP history. We'll grab the shadow file just for fun for later on, see if we can crack some passwords. So let's see if it is actually possible to escalate using that IP script, because this box was almost too easy. Hey, thanks for the sub, PS. Yep, I did not read all the directions, and this box took a little longer than expected. And we got some new emotes also, thanks. Wait, or is that IO? I can't tell. Lowercase L and capital I's. Alright, so let's try and use this IP script to escalate. This was a little too easy. Yeah. So let's see if it's called anywhere. Oh. Let's look in slash. So I'm guessing a potential escalation vector, once this finally returns, is maybe since we own the directory for OSCP, we can modify that script even though it's owned by root, which might work. But we have, I mean, we already owned this box and finished it, but I'd like to see if there's another method of escalation that isn't quite so straightforward as just using suid bin bash. app is so slow. Let's just do it in Etsy. That's the most likely place. Okay, here we go. Let's also exit from our root shell just to see if we could have done this without root's help. So let's run this command again, see if we can... Okay, so we do get it. So... the update service, the IP update service, executes, holy cow, I completely lost a basic English word for a second there, executes the home OSCP IP script. So let's take a look at that, see what it looks like. Okay, so it writes the current IP address to Etsy issue. So this is going to be a service that runs as root. So this isn't, nothing is set, so it is run as root. So let's go back to our home. So the IP file is not owned by us, but we own the directory. So what we should be able to do is move IP to IP backup, and then we'll make a new IP file. And let's copy. Oh wait, let's do this. Which bash? User bin bash. Okay. So actually, let's use SH because we already know bash is suid. User bin sh. So let's copy user bin sh to temp root. Let's ch own root temp root, and then chmod 4755. So we'll set the suid bit on the same binary. So let's do that, and let's check temp. So it's not there yet, so let's reboot this box since that is going to run on boot, and I don't think we're going to be able to run that service. Let's try though. Service IP restart. Oh, that's not what I want. Oh yeah, it is. It is the IP.service, IP update.service. We may not be able to. Yeah, we don't know OSCP's password. So let's just restart the machine, and it should run on boot. Let's reboot this machine. Wait a second for it to come up, and that should also escalate us to root as well. So once this machine comes back up, we should have a root shell this way as well. So a little bit more interesting and fun than just running a suid binary for root. If the box comes back up, that is. Okay. It looks like it's back up in my VirtualBox window. Let's try it again. Okay. So let's look at temp. Huh. Well, that didn't quite work. Why not? Because SH isn't real, possibly. So let's edit our script. Let's just use bash. I'm fine with that. So copy user bin bash. Oh, and it's also not executable. Alright, so now let's reboot the machine. So now it should execute upon boot. Now auto moderator is stopping Pretzel from telling what song it's listening. Oh, because it changed. Now Pretzel posts links instead of the title of the song, apparently. Alright, so let's see once this box comes up. Hopefully we have a more interesting escalation vector on this box. Alright, so it should be back up. Now you see in the temp folder we have our root file, which is suid and owned by root. So let's execute that, and we should also escalate to root. Oh, same issue as before, we have to use the P flag. And there we go. So a slightly cooler method of privilege escalation, not necessary with the way this box was set up, but a really cool way to subvert a service binary being executed as root, even though we didn't have write privileges to it.